Hey guys, Texas Prepper Alt 1 here, and this is a video response to Viking Preparedness Task 3, which is to show what's in your Bob system here, in your pack, dump it out, and evaluate it. So this is what I've got. Hopefully it gives you some ideas. If you haven't checked out Viking Preparedness or Bear Independent, I'd really suggest that. You can also check us out here, Bastrop Viking Preparedness Network on Facebook. Come by our page, sign up, and hopefully you'll be able to get something out of that page as well. Always posting things, going back and forth, giving ideas and such. And hopefully we'll have meetups coming up soon. So our Bob system is more of a bot system. Instead of a bug out bag, we have bug out totes. And we have two totes, basically, two small totes. Hopefully you can see them kind of in the background here. One tote fits my pack and a few other accessories. The other tote fits my wife's pack, which is much smaller. And it also has extra food. It has comms. EMP-proof comms container, and basically the idea is to make it modular. It will go in the truck. If we're ever traveling more than 20-30 miles away, these two totes are generally live in the truck. So if we're traveling a long way, 20-30 miles, they would definitely be in there. Perhaps we might take them out if we're just doing some local things and we need more space in the truck. But for the most part, they live in the truck, so it's pre-staged already. Not a problem, it's already there. So our system, again, is modular. It goes with the truck. We also have shoes, boots, tools, extra food, all those kind of things are in the truck already. So depending on the season, depending on the situation, what we can do is we can kind of take some things out of the bags, add some things to the bags, and have some extra choices. So our bug out totes kind of go along with the system of what we have in the truck already. We also have a bike rack, and we have two bicycles that go on the back of the truck if we're going 30 or 40 miles away as well. All the things that we have, we can ride. We have racks on the bikes. We even have a bicycle trailer. So if we had to ditch the car, we could still make some mileage, provided we had some decent roads or trails, using our bicycles and being able to carry this equipment. So what else before I go around here? Most of this is designed for Central Texas weather. So we are in the Central Texas region. We have more problems with heat than cold. So most of this is designed around that kind of weather, and you can make a few changes as we do, you know, when it gets to be a little bit cold and it gets to be hotter. We make appropriate changes, but there isn't too much that needs to come in and out of these packs. What else? That's about it. For the bicycles, we covered that. The heat, we covered that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and I'm going to point out what we've got and why we've got it, maybe expound on it a little bit more. If you've got questions, put them in the comments. If you have any suggestions, definitely put those in the comments because we would be really interested in that. You're going to lose my head, but you don't need to see my pretty face. You just need to see the pointer. One thing I wanted to start with is this is not something that we pack, but something that we treat our clothes, our sleeping bags perhaps, our tarps with this kind of insect repellent. Good thing to have. You know, right now it can get really swampy and buggy in Texas, here in Central Texas. Very humid, so keeping the bugs away is a good thing. So starting over here, this is just a W Upbird tarp. I think it's 8x5 tarp, nice tarp. It goes over our Fox Outdoor. It's a double person hammock. Again, we choose hammocks mostly because of weather and comfort. Hammocks are comfortable. They also provide a lot of airflow above you and underneath you. Okay, so we only need one of each. We don't carry two, even though we expect two of us. Hopefully we're together. You've got one person sleeping and one person who's awake watching. So if it's just one person, obviously you'll take care of them. Two people, you just rotate in and out of the sleeping system. The bag here, this is actually a mummy bag liner. This is the middle of May, and it's actually getting too warm even for this. A mummy bag liner, perhaps a thermarest pad underneath you, and for the most part, most times in Texas where we are, you're covered and you can stay warm enough. For power, we have an Anchor 21-watt solar panel. Foldable solar panel works very well. It will charge directly or indirectly. You'll charge power banks. It will charge, this is a smart charger. This will take 4 AA, 4 AAA batteries that can go directly into this. Okay. We also, as far as electronics go, we carry a adapter which goes from a thumb drive or USB port to the phone. So we have a prepping papers, all sorts of PDF files, medical files, things like that, whole books, you know, where there is no doctor, where there is no dentist. We've got a lot of information on one thumb drive, and we can read this thumb drive on our phone using these adapters. So I would really suggest getting these adapters. Look them up on Amazon. They're a couple of bucks, and make sure they fit your phone and you're in business. This is also representative of, obviously it's not our maps, but we do carry maps of the local areas, state maps, and the parks, either where we're going to or you know, where we are around our area. So we carry 3 different kinds of maps, 3 different levels of how close you can get, how much detail. This is the hydration pack that goes in the top pocket, the rifle pocket of this pack. So I can have a hydration bladder and just feed the tube out and get water whenever I want to. I don't expect to do a lot of cooking if I'm, you know, going from point A to point B. I'm trying not to cook very much, but if I want to heat up something for coffee or whatever, Trangia alcohol stove works really well. What I did is I just took some hardware cloth and I kind of made a little circle, and that can fit right over there, so I don't need any kind of big stand or anything like that, any kind of heavy stand to work with the Trangia. Works very well. Carry some soap. Also carry dried out baby wipes because you can rehydrate them and they're a lot lighter to carry when they're dried out. And I carry can openers, big lighter, things like that, ferrocerium rods in a little bag, and all this would go into my Stanley cup here so that we can have a cook kit all in one. Moving over to the pack, let's do the water first. Here's a little thing I would suggest anyone want, especially in a hot place like Texas can be. These are water keys, and these will fit the spigots on all the little stop and robs, all the little places along the highway that don't have a regular spigot you can grab a hold of and turn to get water out of them. These keys will work on virtually all of those things. So as you're going down the road, wherever you are, hopefully this will help give you some access to a lot of water where otherwise you might not have in an emergency. And inside here, I use nylons a lot. Pantyhose is my Sawyer Mini and a Sawyer bag to go with it, water bag to go with it. This bag right here is an east-west bag, and I chose this bag because it fits my frame. I'm 6'4", about 260 pounds, and it also has a rifle sleeve in it. So I can fit my AR in the sleeve if I don't want to be obvious that I'm carrying a rifle if it's an urban environment. Okay, this hydration pocket goes in the top, so it goes with the same pocket that the rifle goes in. So I can carry my AR and people just look at it as a pack unless they know better and they can see what kind of pack it is. But I can carry my AR, carry a couple extra magazines in it as well. Okay, it's an east-west pack, good pack. So going with that pack, I also have a rain cover that just covers the whole pack as a shell, makes a shell over that pack, and it's really good. You go through grass, you know, the tree limbs are pulling at your pack and everything. This kind of streamlines your pack, and at the same time, if it's raining or whatever, it'll keep everything in there pretty well dry. It works very well. This I have a Canteen Cup to go with the hydration bladder and the canteen. This goes on the belt of this pack, this particular one here. Small knife sharpener, small fixed blade knife. Here's my IFAK. Dry bag. This has some extra clothes in it. Underwear, socks, t-shirts, shorts, stuff that's fast to dry, easy to change out, especially the socks. I also carry one of these. These are like a very light face neck mask. Goes over your head. These things are great. It'll filter. Let me try. I'll put it on for you. I look like the scary protester loser out there who's punching people. So it goes over your face and it will filter out, you know, bugs. It'll filter out dust, and it's very lightweight. It'll protect your neck, protect your face, and allow you to breathe, so you're not getting all that dust and bugs in your face and in your nose. Cordage. I like bank line. I have some bank line on cardboard. I don't know how much is there, probably a lot. I also put bank line inside a little pill, you know, prescription medication with some duct tape around it. Put a little hole in the top, and you can just pull out all that bank line. It's not tangled up. It's probably almost 100 feet just in here. So it's tangle free and it's very compact. Through night headlamp. Through night makes some awesome lights. No self-explanatory. SAS survival guide. Gives you lots of good hints. As far as, never mind my dog coughing up a lung over there. This is a infrared or not. You can use it as a regular monocular, or you can use it as an infrared monocular. And it also has a memory card in it, so you can take pictures of what you're watching. Works very well at night, and kind of as a force multiplier. You know, if you're pulling security at night, or you're going up to a place and you're not sure if there are people there, whatever, this little thing can definitely save your butt. Talked about the dry bag. As far as writing goes, I like to use pencils, write in the rain pad, telephone address book, because you never know, electronics may go out, and I don't remember half my family's phone numbers, let alone my own. So I have a old-fashioned telephone book and address book here. We do carry a Lucy light, and the nice thing about these is they fold up kind of like a hockey puck. But then you can blow them up and use them, and they give you kind of a nice light. I don't know if you can see that on camera, and there's even a flasher on there. They will last 7 or 8 hours easily of constant use at night. And what I do is I just take this little hook, and I'll just hook this little thing to the back of my backpack, and it'll charge while you're walking. Always carry some mechanics gloves. These are nice new ones I just got from Harbor Freight. They're cheap, but they work. I carry an oversized bandana on top of the EDC bandana that I carry. Obviously 1,001 uses for a bandana. Poncho. Compass. Always want a good compass. Practice with that compass, guys. Practice with the compass. Know how to use it with your map. Here's my fire starter kit. There's 20 ways probably to start a fire in here, from lighters to ferrocerium rods. Also I have lenses. My dogs are being noisy. Let's see who's there. Nobody's there. So what I do with these is break them up if we have a group, so everyone would have a way to start a fire. So there's a bunch of ways to start a fire in there. Radio communications. I'm a ham radio operator. I would suggest you get your ham radio license. It's easy, it's cheap, opens up a whole world of communication. These little bow things are pretty good. We have long J-pole antennas that go with these. We've got these 5/8 wave antennas. We've got the rubber duckies. You can get these little bow thing radios in 8 watts. They will cover several miles, just from handy-talkie to handy-talkie. If there are repeaters that are up, you know, this little radio here will reach a repeater that's 40 miles away in Austin. So these are a great way to communicate if you've got nothing else. They're inexpensive, so if you know you've got some relatives that are going to be showing up, whatever happens, there's a way for some local communication once they get here. As far as food goes, I like these tuna salad packs. They're kind of like MREs, tuna salad. They're packed in Mylar. They will last a long time. They're airtight. They give you a nice little meal on the go right there. I've got other peanut butter from MREs, oatmeal, powdered milk, things like that. And I just put those in separate snack bags, sugars, things like that. Instant coffee, you know, I just keep them in separate bags, drink mixes, so they're accessible. One thing I would really recommend for something like a bug out thing where you may not want to cook, you want a lot of calories, you may be doing a lot of work, is these emergency food ration bars. You can get all different types. This type is from Walmart. It's 2,400 calories. They're good for like 5 to 10 years. I don't remember, 5 years. This one has got a 5-year shelf life. It's basically like a dense bread or a dense cake. No cooking, no muss, no fuss. Just stick it in your mouth and it gives you the energy to keep going. They taste okay. They will make you constipated if you're not used to eating them or not on a high fiber diet, not used to that. So be aware of that if you're trying these out. It may cause some constipation, so be careful about that. I think that pretty much covers everything. Thank you, Penelope. Again, what we're trying to do is we're trying to make a modular system where you can put things in, you can take things out. I find that being able to put these things all in totes is better than just the bags loosely around. The totes can easily be put in a truck or in a trailer. You can add things to them, you can take things out. As long as you have all your basics covered, then you can interchange for whatever needs you have that are specific to that situation. So, Penelope and I would like to say thank you for watching, and I hope this helps. Remember, 1 is none, 2 is 1, and 3 is better. Say goodbye. Goodbye.